Hello learners, today's our lecture is on project management. It is for engineering students, presented by myself, Dr. N. Venkateshwarlu, Associate Professor, Mechanical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. First of all, we have to understand the objectives of this project management. So here, after listening to this lecture, you will be able to understand what is project planning, project management, learn about critical path method, learn about project evaluation and review technique, understand cost time trade-offs, and understand about different types of projects, understand about project planning, project scheduling, and project controlling, etc. These are the various objectives you are going to understand in this lecture. First of all, introduction. First of all, we have to define what is a project. A project is definite task. It has various activities performed in a systematic and in a definite sequence of process to complete the task with an estimated team, defined team in a stipulated time with an optimal cost and with a customer required quality. So what actually project means? In the project there are various activities, various tasks which has to be performed in a systematic manner, in a planned manner, so that the project will be completed within the stipulated time with the budgeted plan and budgeted finance, so that the project will be completed in a according to the customer requirements with the quality. So this is one definition of a project, and another definition is a series of related jobs directed towards some major output within a significant period of time. So here also it says that the project is moving towards completing the various tasks within a stipulated time with a stipulated plan, so that the project will be completed within time. So these are the various two definitions of a project. Then we have to differentiate between project and business as usual. So everybody, I think recently you know about the projects, metro rail project or dams. Dams are known as project. Construction of bridges, construction of roads, construction of multi-story building. These are all known as projects. Sometimes the students who are performing in the final semester, they have to do one project. Means they have to bring some change or bring something to the system. So that is a project. Actually, project, there are differences between project and business as usual. In the project, you can see that unique. Project is a unique, means it is not repetitive. In the business as usual, it is a repetitive item. So business as usual in the sense, it is the banks, the manufacturing processes, these are all continuously taking place. But in the project, once it starts and it has a end time also. So it is a unique activity, unique process. After the project construction, so that it delivers a change. Some change is taking place. So in the projects, so you can see that if we are going to construct a school for a particular village, there was no school. So through project construction of a school, it will give the change to that village. The children will go to the school and they study. So that is a project. It delivers a change to the particular purpose or particular society. But in the business as usual, it keeps the business running, like bank, like any grocery shop or bakery shop. This means these are all business as usual. But here in the project, it delivers some change, a required change to the societies, to the people. If it is a bridge, so bridge gives that transportation facility. After completing the construction of a bridge in the form of project, then everybody can utilize that bridge for the transportation purpose. That is it gives a different so it delivers a change. That is the difference between the project and business as usual. Then temporary projects are project consists of a temporary organization structure, but in the business as usual, the permanent organization structure will be there. So in the organization structure, in the sense, the projects are consist of a project manager, then engineers, supervisors, then operators or technicians, like that. But it will change depend upon the project to project. So that's why we are saying it as a temporary organization structure. But in the business as usual, the permanent organization structure will be there. Suppose if it is a bank, in the bank manager will be there, then the clerks, then the different activities. If it is the manufacturing company, where the managing director will be there, then different deputy general managers will be there, then managers, senior managers, then engineers, then supervisors, then technicians, then operators. So like that, so the organization structure will be different. But in the business as usual is a permanent organization structure, but in the projects the organization structure is a temporary. So that depends upon the projects to projects. Then it has a defined goal. The projects have a defined goal, means the building of a water tank. So definite goal, we have to complete the construction of a water tank to the village. So that is the definite goal will be there. So it may be a building of a bridge, building of a construction of a building, construction of a multi-story building. So there is a definite goal will be there. But in the continuous business as usual, it is a continuous business as usual, it goes on. So there is no any goal setting is there. So like a grocery shop owner, he regularly comes and sits in the shop and he will sell so many goods, but there won't be any definite goal. So he is not, today I have to sell these goods only, today I have to sell those goods only, like that it is not there in the business as usual. But in the project it has a definite goal, and with that it will give the delivers to that change, the society. So that is the importance of a project. So projects will be having start timing and middle and end times. So but in the business as usual, it is ongoing and no clear end. It is a continuous process. In the manufacturing process, continuous goes on. The production continuously goes on, depending upon the demands. So but here it has a starting time and end time and middle time, like that. So and the project will be completed. So in the project, that it needs a project plan. In the project, it needs a project plan. But in the repetitive business as usual, there is no plan required. But in some places, they will plan the production plan, that you can say. But actually in the project, it has a plan, how much time it takes, how much manpower required, what is the budget for that completion of that project, and what is the time to complete that project. So that it comes under the plan. So it goes, any project goes according to the plan, constructs according to the plan. So that is the difference between project versus business as usual. Then comes to definition of project management. Project management is defined as planning, directing and controlling the resources like materials, people, equipment to meet the time, cost and manpower constraints. So here, the project is, means project management. Here we can we have to manage the various resources efficiently. The resources are materials, people, equipment, and to meet the time, cost and manpower constraints. So efficient management, or efficiently utilizing planning, directing and control techniques to complete a project within time limits, within the cost limits, within the manpower constraints. So that is the project management definition. Then another definition is also there. The project management is concerned with a pursuit of a specific goal using given resources over a defined time period. So it has to be completed. It is the project is having a definite goal, so that it has to be completed efficiently, utilizing efficient techniques, efficient materials, so that the project will be completed within the time frame and with the customer required quality. That is the definition of a project management. Then examples of various projects. The construction of a specific building, road, bridges, construction of metro rail project, these are all comes under the projects, different projects. So which will be constructed in a project mode. It's not in a business as usual mode. So if it comes to business as usual mode, it may not be completed forever, or sometimes it delays forever. So that's why we are calling it as a projects. Designing a specific product such as car designing, building designing, process designing. So because a designing takes some time, so it has some plan. So that is a project. So once the car design completes, then it will be handed over to the manufacturing people, and they will manufacture the cars. So like that, again the design people will take another project to design some other motorcycle or some other buildings or like that. So the projects are different. They have the definite time, definite goal, so that they can be completed within the stipulated time. So these are the various projects. Then erecting of specific need based plants like power plant, cooling towers, centralized refrigeration plants, etc. Some other examples also: procurement of specific equipments, machinery and computers. So if any manufacturing industry, they need some big equipments, machinery, so which will be procured in the form of projects, procured by the projects department. The department will be called as a projects department. So the project department handles the procurement process of equipment, machinery, and then computers also. Like in the education sector, universities, colleges, they need computers. So the computers will be procured in the form of a projects. So this is the time for bidding. So the schedules will be there, and that will be procured according to the project plan. Then developing and printing of materials. So in the distance education, there are various activities which are to be performed in a project mode. Then only we can able to complete the works in time. So these are the like course materials development, assignments, question paper setting, so which has a definite time, so that in that time only we have to prepare that materials, and which we have to give it to the students in time, so that they can read and they can write the examinations. So this is also one project, you can say that. Then developing audio video programs, etc. So it also takes some time, some resources. So and nowadays I think during this COVID pandemic, the IGNOU, we have developed so many courses, online courses. For this we have developed so many videos. So within time frame, within the limited resources, within the time duration, we have completed so many courses through, and we have launched through Swayam portal also. So this is also in the project mode. Then training of employees on specialized computer skills, quality control tools and techniques in the manufacturing process. So here you can say that the training of employees, it may be 2-day program, it may be 2 weeks program or 2 months program. So it has definite time, definite resources, and some change will be taken place. By doing training, the trainees will get the knowledge on particular process, to know about the quality processes, to gain the computer skills. So these are all comes under the projects, different projects, so that it will be completed in a stipulated or planned time. So that is the importance of a projects. Then project management. Project management consists of interrelated activities and completed in a certain order and sequence by effective project management techniques, which are good design of a project and objectives to be derived, then team members will be participated, so that the we can satisfy the customer needs. So this is a effective management of resources will lead to the satisfying the customers. Then there are various phases of project management. So suppose you take a project, then it has 3 phases. Project planning, one has to plan the project. So how much time it takes each process, how much resources it needs, and at what time it has to. So here the different phases are there. One is project planning, then project scheduling, and then project controlling. Then project planning, here you can see that goal setting. So what we have to plan, what is our goal? Either we have to construct the school building, so this is a goal setting. We have to construct a water tank, this is a goal setting. Constructing a bridge or procuring the computers, so these are all the goal setting. Then defining the project. So we have to define the project. So project consists of various activities. We have to define that particular project. If it is a school building, construction of school building, so we have to define that project. Then team organization. In the project management, in the project planning, we have a team of employees who works on the completion of projects. So one is a project manager, then project engineers, then supervisors. Like that, a team will participate in completing that project. So team organization is very much important. Then types of projects. There are different types of projects: pure projects, functional projects, matrix projects. Pure projects are which will with the project manager have the total power on him, and remaining all employees will report to him. So he will plan, he will execute, and he will complete that project by controlling method and by giving various activities to various people, so that that project will, it is purely on the project at one place. Suppose construction of a building, there are various activities will be there that will be completed within that is a purely project mode. So it is under a project manager's control. But in the functional projects, are which are projects, it is a manufacturing process where the projects department will be separate. The projects department will act as a the project manager will as a work for the procuring machines and equipments, but here the people will be deputed for other works also in the manufacturing process. So that's why we are calling it as a functional projects. But in matrix projects, here the project manager plans the various activities, but functional manager also works for controlling various activities. That is the difference between these two types of projects. Then project scheduling. Project scheduling is the technique of minimizing the bottlenecks, delays and interruptions by determining the critical factors and coordinating various activities. So in the scheduling process, one has to identify the bottlenecks or important factors which are critical for the completing that project, so that it will be scheduled accordingly, so that sometimes it takes maximum time, some critical operators. So for that we need to give the particular time, and then whatever the activities which are easier, which will be completed in a parallel way. So in that way, which has to be planned, the scheduling consists of start time and end time for every task, and like that all the tasks will be planned and scheduled, so that the project will be completed. So that is project scheduling. Then project controlling. Project controlling is the process of monitoring the resources and technology such as men, material, machines, cost, quality, time and budgets according to the approved plans and schedules. So, controlling is nothing but we have the controlling activity takes important in this project completion. So, if there is no control over any activity or any funds will be utilized without having the plan, then it will lead to it will cost more and number of people will be the controlling is very much required. So, the controlling function is very important to complete the projects. So, various activities to be controlled as per is it going as per schedule or not, what is any problem is coming, for that the project manager what he has to do, is there any change required, or if required, if it takes more money or if it takes more people, then what happens, is it if the more number of people will not be provided, then what happens, such type of controlling activities be done by the project manager, so that it can be completed within the time. So, controlling is a important activity in the project management. Then project scheduling and controlling. So, in the project scheduling and controlling, the project scheduling and controlling method comprises of following three techniques. One is Gantt chart, critical path method, program evaluation and review techniques. There are different three types of techniques which will be utilized for the scheduling, project scheduling and controlling. So, Gantt chart, what is Gantt chart? Gantt chart is mainly used for representation of time involved and the sequence in which the activities can be performed. Time will be shown in the x-axis and sequence of activities will be shown in the y-axis. With this Gantt chart, the complete project duration will be known to all the employees, everybody. So, the schedule is given, the Gantt chart is provided, so that all the provided at the construction site. So, all the employees who are coming, so they know that, so when it has to be completed, so that what they have to perform today and every day what they have to perform, so that their work will be completed accordingly, according to the time, stipulated time. So, that is the importance of a Gantt chart. The learners, I hope you when you are completing your project or doing a project, you can utilize this Gantt chart for completion of each activity in the your project work. Suppose you have taken a project work in the industry, so that you have to divide various tasks, visiting the industry in the on which date, so which time you have to visit and how many days you have to visit that industry, and to get the data, how much time it takes, what type of data you have to collect, and then after completing that task, and what is the tool you have to utilize the analysis purpose, then you have to write the project and then bind it, then submit it. So, various activities you have to show with utilizing this Gantt chart, so that you can able to complete your project within this time. So, that is the use of a Gantt chart. So, here you can see that various Gantt chart is shown. So, various activities here, that 5 tasks are given. First task will be started on August 1st August 2000 and it has to be completed 31 January 2001. So, activities, each activities has been given duration, start time, duration as well as end times. Like that, the total project has to be completed, all 5 tasks have to be completed. It starts on 1st August 2000 and ends on 3rd April 2002. So, like that, one has to plan. This Gantt chart will schedule their task, so that using this Gantt chart you can visualize your what are your tasks, how it should be completed, so that you can able to complete your task within the time limit. Then critical path method. So, now we have learned about the Gantt chart, then critical path method. So, critical, it is CPM displays a project in network form and relates its component task in a way that focuses attention on those crucial to the project completion. CPM is a network diagram comprises of all activities of a project in the form of arcs and nodes. It also gives the understanding of precedence relationship of activities and their starting and completion times. So, in the it is a network critical path consists of a network diagram, in that it gives all the activities and durations, then precedence relationship between each activity. So, with that we can construct the network diagram, and we can find out the critical path, and we can also find out the slack. So, various activities to complete the project within the stipulated time. The principles involved in CPM, critical path method. Any activity of a project can be completed within a particular time with incurrence of some cost. In CPM, we consider an estimate for all the activities over a range of cost levels. CPM may also be used for establishing a minimum cost project planning. So, these are the various principles of a critical path method. Then terminology used in the project management. Here the activity, then dummy activity, critical path, event, early starting time, early finishing time, latest starting time, latest finishing time, then slack and immediate predecessor. So, these are all the terminologies which will be used in the project management activities. The symbols used in project management. Activity by arrow. The symbol of activity is shown by arrow, and then dummy activities is shown by broken arrow. Then event by circle or a node. So, these are the various symbols we utilized in the critical path method or in the project management. So, the network representation. So, to construct a network, we have to show with the arrows and the circles. So, that here the activity A is shown as arrow, and the event 1 it is shown in the circle. So, B is an activity. First A activity will be completed, then only B will be start, and B has to be completed. So, like that 3 network diagrams has been shown. Then this is a CPM network diagram for a particular project. Here you can see that the various activities A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So, all the activities has to be completed, and they have various duration time to complete particular. To complete A, it has a duration of 10 weeks, like that. So, this is a one project network diagram using this CPM technique. So, here you can find out the critical path also. Here the critical path is shown in a red arrows. So, A, B, C, D, E is the critical path. So, but to how to find out this thing, then we have to learn further. So, here by taking a problem, you can able to understand better how the critical path method can be efficiently utilized for completion of a project. The activity details and their predecessors are given below along with their activity times. Construct the network diagram. So, here in the table it has given various activities A to G, all activities has been given, then predecessors are given, means so to start B, A has to be completed, like that to start C, A has to be completed, it has to follow, after A only the B has to be followed. So, like that predecessors are given, and the activity duration has given in weeks, the time, activities time is given in, so 4, 3, 2, like that it has given. So, then we have to construct the network diagram. So, here you can see that network diagram. Here the activity A, then B and C, activity A takes 4 weeks, then B and C has to be taken place at a time. So, after 4 weeks the B activity also starts and C activity also starts. So B takes 3 weeks and C takes 2 weeks. Then it goes to after E and D will be started only after B completion. B activity completes, then only E activity will be started, and even D activity also started. So after that it has to start, then E is completed. After D, then it has to start F, then G. So like that it has to complete all the activities. So but which is the maximum time or maximum duration to complete the activity, that will become the critical path. So here we can see that the critical path is A, B, D, F, G. So to complete this project, how much time it is taking? It takes 9, 12, then 3, 15, and then 4, 19. 19 weeks. It takes 19 weeks. That is the maximum duration. So that is known as a critical path. So here A, B, D, F, G. It is the critical path. So in this way we can construct the network diagram, and so that to control all the activities and which should be performed by within the stipulated and the critical path. So that is the critical path which we have to identify the critical path. It takes maximum time. So that is the project completion duration. Then it comes to computation of a slack. In this we have to calculate the earliest starting time and earliest finishing time. First we have to calculate all earliest starting times and finishing times for all the activities. Then we have to calculate the latest finishing time and latest starting time, so that we can find out the slack. Here you can see that for activity C the slack is 6 weeks, and for E the slack is 2 weeks. So here total slack is 8 weeks in the completion of that project. So the slack is which is utilized so that it should not affect the total project duration. So that is the importance of critical path method. In the second problem, we can find out a project consists of 8 activities, precedence relation is given and activity timings are given. Draw the network and compute the critical path, so that show that slack for each activity in a tabular form. So for this, this is the table. It has given various activities, then immediate predecessors are given, and then the activity timings are given. So here is for S, to start activity S, the R has to be completed. Like that the predecessors have to be understand which activity has to be started and when, and after which activity. So the predecessors are immediate predecessors should be, you have to understand about the predecessors, so that then only you can able to draw that correct critical the network diagram. So this is the network diagram for this problem. Here the activities R, P, Q all will be started at one time, and then later after the S has to start, means the R has to be completed. Like that to start V, the V activity, the S has to be completed. To start W, the V activity has to be completed. To again the U activity also be completed. So like that all the activities, the predecessors are identified, so that the total network diagram has to be constructed. So by understanding the predecessors, you can able to construct a network diagram. So here again we have to find out the critical path. So critical path is a path where the maximum duration it takes. So in which path if it goes, the path will be maximum. So here you can see that from 1 to 3 the activity Q takes 20 minutes, and then from 4 to 6 it takes 28 minutes, and then the 6 to 7 it takes 12 minutes, and then 7 to 8 it takes 8 minutes. So, various activities has been. So, here we have 3 paths, but the critical path is Q, T, U, W. So, here this is taking maximum duration, maximum weeks, that is 68 weeks, that is known as a critical path. If we calculate other path from 1 to 5, 7, 8, it takes only 56 weeks. So, this is not the critical path. The critical path consists of maximum duration of completion of all the activities, completion of a project, that is known as a critical path. Then to find out computation of a slack. So, slack will be calculated by calculating each activity earliest starting time and earliest finishing time. So, for P, the earliest starting time is 0, and then it takes the duration, that is 12 weeks, then earliest finishing time will be 12, and then why again Q also you are showing 0 0 earliest starting time, because all P, Q, R will be started at a one time, and but they are having various durations. So, that is why we are the earliest starting time for P, Q, R are 0, and their finishing times are different, 12, 20, 28. Like that, all activities you have to find out the earliest starting time and earliest finishing time. Then comes to you will get the earliest finishing time, it will become the latest finishing time. So, then you can calculate in reverse way, so that latest finishing time minus duration will give you the latest starting time. Then say it will goes to the next latest finishing time, and with like that you have to find out each latest finishing time and latest starting time for each activity, and then to find out the slack is equal to earliest latest finishing time minus earliest finishing time. So, that will be the slack. So, here we have got the slack for R, it is 8 weeks, and then S it will be 8 weeks, and for V it is 12 weeks. So, in this way we have to construct the network diagram and compute the critical path and then compute the slack. So, this is the importance of a critical path method to complete the project. So, and then another technique, that is program evaluation and review technique. So, it is also the critical path method has only one time estimate. So, there we have estimated with only one time. So, a activity consists of activity to complete the activity, it takes 5 minutes, 2 minutes, like that. So, that there only one time we have taken, one estimate we have taken in the critical path method. So, it does not consider uncertainty in the time. In reality, the duration of activities may not be deterministic in all cause. So, because why? So, any activity it will not, suppose you are going to somewhere, it may take 10 minutes if there is no any problem. If the if there is any traffic jams are there, then it takes more time. So to in the critical path method, that criticalities we have not seen, the time only one time estimate. So, but in the program evaluation review technique we take 3 times. So, here that is the difference between critical path method and program PERT method, program evaluation and review technique. So, PERT takes into account the uncertainty of activity times. It is a probabilistic model with uncertainty in activity duration. PERT makes use of 3 time estimates: the optimistic time, most likely time, pessimistic time. The optimistic time, it is the shortest possible time without any complications. Then most likely time, it is the best estimate of activity time. Then pessimistic time, it is the longest time estimate if everything goes wrong. So, these 3 time estimate, that is why we are calling it as a 3 time estimate. then the expected time, how to calculate the expected time? It is find out by following formula, that is expected time is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus Tp by 6. Then we have to find out the standard deviation and variance. So, by taking one problem, consider a project for which the time estimates are given in the table below. Construct the PET network. What is the critical path? Find the probability completing the project before 23 days. So, here you can see the various activities and the estimated times, days in. So, it is a 3-time estimate. In the CPM we have only 1-time estimate. Here in PERT we are having 3-time estimates, most optimistic time, most likely time, most pessimistic time. Then we will find out the expected time. So, in this way we can calculate the expected time. So, by using that formula we can find out each activity's expected time, that is for activity 1 to 2 it is 5, and then variance will be, so 5 plus it may take 6 weeks, like that. So, the variance, by calculating the variance how much it can delay, so that you can find out. So, with this so this is the network for completing the that project through PERT. So, with this learners, I hope you understand about what is a project, what is the project plan, what is the project scheduling, what is how the project will be controlled. Then you understand various techniques, Gantt chart, critical path method, then program evaluation and review techniques. So, learners, now I am concluding my lecture. Thank you very much for listening. You can also post your questions on your this email or even in the Facebook. So, thank you very much.